Hi, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ariana, and as Eraani, I give human design readings and initiations. And I'm on here because after 14 years of experience with human design and 7 years of teaching it, I'm very excited to share everything that I've learned along the way. And today, I want to talk about the 47th gate. The 47th gate is the gate of realization, that moment where all the images come together and finally make sense. It's that clarity that the mind is kind of obsessed with. That's what the mind is always looking for, going over and over all those memories of the past, trying to figure out how it all comes together. And sometimes at some point we just see how everything connects. But that's not what happens most of the time. Most of the time, instead of clarity, there is uncertainty, there is confusion. And what happens then is that we cannot deal with that. At least the mind cannot. We are actually very capable of being uncertain and resting in uncertainty. But because we have this belief that there's something wrong with uncertainty, that we have to be sure about what it is that we're talking about and what it is that we're thinking all the time, when we do feel uncertain, it brings this fear of not having the answer, of not being able to make sense out of things. So instead of just allowing that to be, just giving space to that unsensical feeling, instead of just resting in it, we pretend that we are sure. We pretend that we have clarity. We kind of force these different images together and say, okay, this connects to this, and this has to be a part of that. Okay, so now I know what to say. Now I have a decision, because it all fits together, even when it doesn't actually fit together. And we can be especially vulnerable to other people telling us their ways of fitting those different components together. When they say, oh, I have had these experiences and this is how I have figured them out, then we think, oh, I also have to figure it out for myself in the same way. But the thing is that their experiences aren't our experiences. And even if they have experienced a similar thing, they haven't experienced it from our unique perspective. So even if there are touching points, we always have our very own way of making sense out of it. So even if their idea, their clarity looks like what we are looking for, it very well might not be. And then if we take their image and their thought process and paste it onto ours, we can come to conclusions that really don't have much to do with our own process. And then we miss out on the clarity that is actually our own, which was probably just around the corner if we allowed the thought process to let its own natural path. So embracing, not being sure, not knowing what the answer is yet, allows that clarity to come to us when we are ready for it. I would love to hear if this is something that you recognize, if this is something that resonates. So leave me a comment or send me a message, and I will see you in the next one.